Hey guys, it's Bigfoot. I'm back, and I wanted to cover a few more details on my upcoming through hike on the Appalachian Trail that I'm starting at the end of April. But before I get into that, I want to introduce a very special guest of mine, and it is our dog, Bella. Bella is a Pomeranian Bichon mix. She's about 10 pounds, and she is my favorite hiking partner down here in Missouri. And typically, she is good for about 5 or 6 miles. Just recently, we took her on a 17-mile backpack trip that extended over 2 days. And we went obviously a little bit longer than she is used to, so I had to carry her for a little bit. But she did great. The only issue was it was a very different time for her. About every 6 months, she goes through this phase of false pregnancy, where she attaches herself to a little stuffed animal of Stitch that we have here. So we actually had to bring Stitch on the backpacking trip. But it's kind of comical. Here, let's play a clip and you can check it out. Alright, so that was a pretty cool video. That was Bella's first backpacking trip. Glad you had a chance to experience as well. And I will tell you, she was just a mess to clean up when we brought her home. She is very close to her summer cut, and it'll be a little bit easier for her to keep clean on the trail. But I wanted to share the experience with all of you for as much time that I actually spend hiking with her, which we usually will go out once a week or once every other week. I thought that was important that you could introduce Bella to everyone. All right, so I mentioned that I was going to talk about my through hike, my 100-day Appalachian Trail through hike. So I have a few more details to share with everyone. First detail, I'm going to start a day earlier. If you watch my previous videos, I talked about starting Sunday the 24th of April. I'm actually going to be able to get on the trail on Saturday, April 23rd. So that'll give me an extra day on the trail. I'm super excited and stoked about that. The other thing that I want to talk about from a timing standpoint is originally I had a total of 13 weeks off from work, which equated to 91 days, not really even 100 like I've been talking about. And I got a request I put in. I got it back from McDonald's last week, and they actually accepted my approval of extending my vacation an extra 2 weeks. 2 weeks might not seem like a lot of time to everyone, but an extra 14 days is just really going to put me in a great position to be able to take an extra 0 day here and there. And in addition, if I can successfully through hike the Appalachian Trail in 100 days, I'll have a little time, about a week, to come back home and relax and just kind of get in the groove of things before I go back to work. I did want to thank the leadership team at McDonald's for making that happen, and especially my boss, Dan Gross. I know that you played an instrumental part of approving my extra time off, and I just wanted to make sure that did not go unnoticed. Thank you so much, Dan. All right, so I have a total of 15 weeks, 100 days to hike the Appalachian Trail. Now, I have been getting a lot of feedback from people through comments on my YouTube channel, to my friends, my family, people just that I've been telling at work about my upcoming through hike. And I want to make sure there's a few things I definitely talked about that I didn't really talk about in my other videos. So this is going to be extremely difficult. I want to make sure that I just kind of express that. I know this is not something that I'm taking lightly. The average person that hikes the Appalachian Trail is doing it in about 5 to 7 months, which I am basically doing that in about half the time, maybe just a little bit more than half the time. So it's going to be tough. I'm going to have bad days. I'm going to have shitty days. I'm going to have great days on the trail. And I know that I'm going to have to be able to adjust with what the trail gives me, what weather I'm getting, and all of the elements that I face on the trail. I know that there's going to be times that I'm going to want to hang it up and quit because I'm so tired, and just all of the highs and the lows that I'm going to experience. I've never quit anything in my life, especially when it comes to this field of backpacking, my adventure side of me, and I will fight to the bitter end. So I think that that is definitely something that will help me as well. But I know it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough physically. It's going to be tough mentally, and I'm going to need everyone's support to really help get me through this. Because, like I said, I think that the highs and lows that I'll experience, it's definitely going to make it a lot more easier with all my support group, which I got a great support group with my family and friends. But also my viewers. I know that there's been quite a few people have been subscribing to my channel in the last couple of weeks. I'm just really grateful for that. So that is going to really help me. You don't even know. Now, I did want to talk about some of the things that I've been doing to get ready for this 100-day through hike. So first off, the last 5 years, 6 years, I have ran 4 different marathons. My last marathon was this last October, and I think that's been able to give me a little bit of an edge from a standpoint of being able to have the energy, all the cardio, the running that I did to get ready for the marathons. I think is going to help me with the amount of the pace that I need to do, because basically I'm going to be walking the length of a marathon pretty much every day on the Appalachian Trail. So that's something I think is really going to help me out. In addition, I don't know if I've said this in previous videos, but my brother Chad and I have done backpacking trips going back to like 10 years ago. Every trip that we've taken, we typically will experience some of the most physical and mental things, toughness that the trail has to offer based on how we plan our trips. So I am used to really spending a lot of grueling time doing some rigorous trails, and pretty much the everything the trail can throw at us. The only obviously difference is I've only experienced it a small period of time, 7, 9, 10 days, and this being 100 is obviously completely different. But I think that's going to give me an edge too. Now, in the last year and a half that I've been training for my Appalachian Trail through hike, I've been continuing to gradually accumulate my gear. Every time that I've gone on a hike, every time that I've had an opportunity to be somewhere where I can grab my pack, I throw my pack on my back, full with gear, full with water, food, everything that I'm going to bring on the Appalachian Trail, so that I can continue to get the feel of what the pack's going to feel like on me, the weight, because I know that's going to make a big difference as well. So I think that's also going to give me an edge. And then lately I've been doing lots of weekend trips. Again, I know that's a very small period of time, but I've been doing 40, 50-mile weekend trips and just continuing to build it up so that I'm in good trail condition when April 23rd comes around. I know no matter what, there's definitely going to be a period of time that I'm going to just have to get used to and break myself into the trail no matter what. But anyway, I think just the combination of all those things are just factors that are going to help support and really help me be able to understand what's going to be like on the trail physically and mentally, and really, I think, help me through this 100-day journey. All right, next thing I want to talk about are plans. So I want to try to have as little plans as possible. I am not a guy that likes to have everything planned on my adventures. The less planning, the better. I like to just kind of go with the flow. The only thing that I've ever really had a plan is what day we get in and what day we have to get out, but definitely flexible in between that. Obviously, there are a couple of dates that I absolutely have to hit just because of the timing that I have or the timing that I don't have. So about my start date on April 23rd. I'm going to have a couple of people that are going to start the trail with me, and that's my brother Chad. He's also known as Newton. That's one of my nicknames, or our nickname for each other. So you're going to be probably hear me refer to him as Newton. And then our best friend Josh Martinson. Almost all our friends call him Gra. He's known by Gra outside of his family. So we will be calling him Gra as well. So Gra and Newton are going to start with me on Spring and Mountain. The plan is they're going to do the approach trail with me and then hike all the way to probably Neal's Gap. At that time, they're going to get picked up and they're going to head back home. My first big hurdle that is more of a nice than a need to have is to get to Damascus by trail days. So trail days is the 13th, starts Friday the 13th of May, and it is 469 miles from Springer Mountain. If you have the approach trail, you're looking at almost 480 miles. So I will be averaging, basically what I need to average the entire Appalachian Trail. If you do the math, 100 days, 2,200 miles, 22 miles a day. That's what I got to average in the beginning. I know the first section of the Appalachian Trail is, I guess, probably the second most difficult section outside of the very end. So I know that's going to be tough, and my goal is to try to get to Damascus by trail days. Would love to spend the weekend in Damascus that weekend. The other two dates that I have in mind is the first weekend of June. My parents are coming and flying into Washington, D.C. with my brother Brett, and they're going to rent a car and drive to wherever I'm at and pick me up, and then probably spend the weekend in Washington, D.C. Now, the beginning of June, if things are going the way that I want them to go, I should be very close to Harper's Ferry, within 50 miles. But anyway, wherever I'm at, they're going to pick me up, spend the week with my parents and my brother, and then after that, they're going to drop both me and my brother off, and we are going to hike. He's going to hike with me for the next week, and then take a shuttle to the nearest airport. So that's one of my plans. And then, of course, my last plan is when I'm going to summit Mount Katahdin, which if you take 100 days from my start date, 100 days later would actually be the very butt end of July 31st. So my goal is to be done by the end of July. I don't have to be back to work until August 8th or something like that, but my goal to hit 100 days, it's July 31st. So that's, from a planning standpoint, just the dates that either I want to stick to or I absolutely need to stick to. Now, I do have some gear changes that I will be talking about in another video that I've gotten a lot of feedback from folks on my channel and some other people, and I am making some tweaks. Basically, the headline is I'm probably going to be closer to 11.5 to 12 pound base weight than my original 13 pound base weight. So I'm cutting some things I really don't need, so that's going to be really, really helpful. And the last thing I want to talk about is my Thru watch that I actually got. My girlfriend bought me this. It's the Traverse, and I'm really excited about this watch. The only thing I don't like about it is I'm going to have to charge it every day, but it kind of comes with the features that it has. It's a GPS watch, and the coolest part about the watch that I personally like is after each of my hikes, it's actually going to plot a video of my hike itself. It's going to have the start time, the duration, the fastest mile, and the highest peak that I hit, all in a 3D interactive map. So it's pretty cool, and I actually wanted to show you a sample of that video now, so check it out. All right, wasn't that awesome? I'm so excited about the extra feature that I have on my Traverse watch that will just give me a little more content to put in my trail videos that will just make the videos more enjoyable for you. All right, so if you want to follow me on my 100-day through hike of the AT, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading not just my good days, I'll be uploading my bad days, whether I'm behind schedule, in front of schedule, whatever the trail throws at me. I will take you through every single moment that I can on it. Now, I do have a website. It's followbigfoot.com. That will also take you to my other social media venues, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'll be using those as well for pictures and other things, blogging and things like that. All right, so thanks so much for watching my video. If you have any advice, go ahead and comment below. I've been getting a lot of advice in some of my other videos that I've used to better prepare me, to change some tweaks to my gear, and I'm just grateful for everyone that has been able to give me some tips that are going to help me on the trail. So anyway, I hope I can see you on the trail. If not, you know where to find me. Follow me here on Follow Bigfoot, my channel. But if you are on the trail, I hope that we have a chance we can meet, maybe have a beer. All right, well, I'm going to get back at it. Thanks so much, guys, and I hope to see you out there. Bigfoot out.